How's it going, everyone? This is Tom, and I want to talk to you today about the iPhone 5C. Now, I'm sure many of you are aware this was announced along with the iPhone 5S on Apple's September 10th press event. So basically, it is similar to the iPhone 5, very, very similar to the iPhone 5 in actual fact. It is essentially an iPhone 5 in a plastic shell. It comes in multiple colours, and the C stands for whatever you want. Crap, colour, cheap, even though it's actually not that cheap. And that's kind of the main point I want to talk about in this video. I think that Apple have got the pricing on the iPhone 5C totally wrong. Apple also released the iPhone 5S, as I mentioned, and that comes in unlocked at £550. I'm going to use the UK pricing just because it's easier for me. So £550 for the iPhone 5S. So, you know, I mean, it's a relatively expensive smartphone, but it's pretty normal price for a smartphone nowadays anyway. So then you take the iPhone 5C, for instance, which again is essentially an older generation phone in a slightly new package. And you take that, for instance, and you go to the iPhone 5C, and it's literally £100 less. So it is £450. Now, I know myself, I would pay easily pay an extra £100 for all of the features that you get on the 5S. You get a better build quality, you get the fingerprint scanner, you get a much better camera by the looks of it as well. And I just think that so many people are going to do that. They're just going to go with the intelligent option, which is the 5S, instead of the 5C. There's just a no-brainer. Why would you pay for something which is plastic and possibly a little bit worse quality than the 5S when you could pay an extra £100 when you're already forking out £450 anyway, and just go with that for that? It's just the intelligent option to do. Personally, what I think they should have done with the iPhone 5C is make it very similar to the iPod Touch, just plastic. So the iPod Touch 5th generation comes in, I believe, at £300 or very similar to there. So they could have easily made a device which is of the same standard as the iPod Touch 5th generation, and all they would need to do is possibly swap out the aluminium for plastic and just add connectivity in there. So it really would be as simple as that. You can make it a little bit thicker, maybe do the plastic thing. I mean, you don't necessarily even need to strip away the aluminium, and then you've got a phone coming in at £350, which is very different to £550. £450 is not enough of a difference to make people go for the cheaper option, which it just definitely isn't. I don't really understand Apple's thought process behind it. Everyone thought that the iPhone 5C was to kind of consolidate themselves in emerging markets such as China and India, but it just doesn't seem like that. It seems to be that people are going for that Apple are going for the iPhone 5C as an option alternative to the 5S, in that you might want a slightly cheaper phone, but still get half the feature set. It just really doesn't really work with my brain. I'm sure Apple have their reasons. I'm not trying to say that I'm better or cleverer than Apple, because I'm sure they thought all of this through. But personally, I just think they missed the mark tons with the iPhone 5C. I will be getting one to review on my channel. That'll be here on the 20th, so definitely kind of stay tuned for that. So, I don't know, do you have any opinions about the 5C or the 5S? Drop them below in the comments. If you think I'm totally out of line, totally wrong about this topic, then drop that below as well, and we'll have a little discussion. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.